Well, of course, so many restaurants were heavily affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And while we lost many of them along the way, many have persevered as well and continue to modify, to pivot, to change their way of operating over the past couple of years as well. One of those restaurants is Smith and Company. And joining us now is the general manager, Dan Horchem, on today's edition of the Megacast. Dan, thanks for being with us today.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you on with us. First off, tell us a little bit about Smith and Company, about this restaurant, and what kind of experience people can expect when they go to your location.
Well, Smith and Co. We are a elevated brew pub with really kind of interesting and unique food that's both approachable and kind of exciting. All of our beers are brewed in house at our sister brewery, named Rouge Brewery. So that's always really exciting. There's always something new on tap. Lots of different styles all the time.
More information can be found by searching Smith and Co. on online. They have a new menu as well. And Dan, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about that menu. You just introduced it. What should people expect to find on this new menu, and why the change?
So we were trying to we've been since we reopened back in February, we've been just having a hard time just finding the right mix of food for everyone. So the biggest reason for the change is that we needed to have kind of more items for more people. We wanted the menu to be a little bit more inclusive. And some of the stuff that we were really lacking were like vegetarian and vegan items. And then the opportunity to install a pizza oven came up. So we took that and we've added pizzas to the menu, and they've been kind of flying out of the counter, and we can't really even keep up with pizza dough production at this point.
We're joined by Dan Horchem on today's edition of the Megacast. He is the general manager at Smith and Co. Joining us on today's program. For those that are interested and might want to check out this new menu, where is your restaurant located?
We are in Midtown Detroit, right on Selden Street between Second and Third. The address is 644 Selden.
And you're also, you mentioned earlier that you have beer that's brewed in house. You're actually the exclusive purveyor of beer from the Nain Rouge brewery. How does that also add a more interesting element, or an attraction element to your particular restaurant in the Detroit area?
Well, I mean, it's great. Detroit has always been a great home for craft beer. So we just get to kind of add to that. We've got 20 taps in Smith and another 12 taps in the tap room itself. So right now I believe we've got like 21 different beers serving. There's something for everyone. We hit every style we possibly can. Try to keep them interesting and unique, yet approachable and kind of for all palates.
You can find more information on Smith & Co. As well as look at their new menu and make reservations by visiting their website, smithandcodetroit.com. Smithandcodetroit.com is the website. You can also call them 313-638-1695, 313-638-1695 to learn more information. And so tell us more about your location. Is it accommodating to larger parties if people would like to bring a large group down there here during the holiday season, or maybe they're having some last minute plans come together for a company holiday party? Tell us about your location and how it suits those sorts of get-togethers.
Oh yeah, the space is rather sizable, so we've got a lot of room for big groups, and everything is kind of easy to move around, so we can expand and kind of shrink depending on the needs of our guests. We can take groups of anywhere from a party of two to a party of 100. There's plenty of space. We've done restaurant buyouts too, where we close the whole place off for just the group itself. We can squeeze upwards of 250 people in here when we do that. Um, we have a lot of parties booked over the next few weeks, but there is still some space available. If you hop online and give us a call or check the reservations on the website, we should be able to accommodate quite a bit more.
Again, more information can be found, as well as ways you can make reservations for a large group or for your company, by visiting their website at smithandcodetroit.com. Smithandcodetroit.com is the website to go to for each of these bits of and pieces of information. And so you mentioned earlier on, Dan, that your business here had just opened right before the pandemic, certainly had to deal with a lot of the ups and downs that many other restaurants in our local area dealt with during the pandemic. But all throughout that, you have survived and continued to operate and are switching things up at this time. What sort of lessons did you learn throughout the pandemic that have helped to inform these more recent changes now and how you enact those and get the public interested in returning to your restaurant?
Oh, with the pandemic, honestly, and we've all heard it from plenty of restaurateurs over the past few years, really kind of forced us to get creative, and we kind of have to solve problems and prepare for a new style of service kind of every day. Um, every day is a little bit different, so we're always kind of preparing to do something different and trying new things. Um, the restaurant, when we were open before, wasn't really set up with a lot of carry-out options, delivery or anything like that. So that's something that we focused heavily on this time around, which has been quite a big thing for us. A lot of people in the local area are able to kind of get our food right to their door where they couldn't have before.
More information can be found from Smith & Co. by visiting their website at smithandcodetroit.com. That is smithandcodetroit.com for more information. You can also call them at 313-638-1695. 313-638-1695. And in terms of the new menu, for those that may be interested now, they've seen this interview, they've heard about your restaurant and want to make their way down there this holiday season, what are some of the things that you would suggest that they try at Smith & Co. as they go down there? What are your best suggestions?
First thing I'm gonna say is any of the pizzas on the menu are fabulous. They're selling way better than we ever thought that they would. And it seems like we sell more and more every day. And the compliments and feedback that we're getting on pretty much every pie has been wonderful. Um, Personally, I'm more into the sandwiches. We've got this vegan barbecue chickpea sandwich on the menu right now that's just great. As somebody that's not vegetarian or vegan at all, like it's still my favorite thing on the menu.
You can find all that's on their menu as well as more information across the board on their restaurant, including ways to make reservations, learn more about the Nain Rouge Brewery, as well as private events by visiting their website, smithandcodetroit.com. Dan, before we let you go, anything else that we should know at this time about Smith & Co. or other points of interest that we haven't discussed yet today?
Nothing really, just that we're waiting to see everyone come in and try everything. The doors are open Wednesday through Sunday at 4. We're open till 10 Wednesday through Saturday, and then till 9 on Sundays. We've got happy hour Wednesday through Friday from 4 to 7, $5 draft beers, $5 smash burgers, and a few other fun items. Um, that's it. Just we want to see you in here.
You can learn more information about their holiday hours as well, closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but they are open for partial hours on both New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Find more information about Smith & Co. Detroit by visiting their website at smithandcodetroit.com. Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.